All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And, pretty much it's going to be like a thinking out loud. I was meditating, which is definitely something that, it's good to always do. All right, maintain that those spiritual thoughts, all right, those immortal thoughts in your day-to-day, because we understand that there's a daily vexation here in Babylon, and there's constantly, as the Lord told Peter, Satan hath desire to sift you, so these demons are constantly going about, as I believe it says in the book of Peter, that your adversary, the devil, is constantly, constantly, roaming about looking for whom he can devour, so it's good to always meditate because, how do they start? They start by attacking your mind, through different thoughts, through different events that may provoke certain thoughts, so it's always good to maintain spiritual thoughts, occupy your mind, with things of righteousness, so things that pertain to righteousness. Now, over the past couple of weeks, especially now, there's been a lot of various articles that have come out, that are still coming out dealing with these requirements and these mandates. And a lot of the mandates that they're putting in place now are things that we had been warning about, even last year. But the way they went about it was they moved through gradualism very slowly. So it was one step after the other step after the other step. But when you look at where we are today, that's exactly what we were telling you. You won't be able to work. You won't be able to go to any of these entertainment venues and so on and so forth. And I forgot where location-wise this was, but it was said that those that are unvanessed are gonna the health guy or one of them, he said that they're gonna live lonely and miserable lives, or they're gonna be lonely and miserable for life. So pretty much they're letting it be known. I believe in Austria, they're saying that they want to have a lockdown for the unvanessed, which is going to be interesting what that looks like, right? Because you have a lockdown for the unvanessed. How do you go about implementing a lockdown for the unvanessed? Because a lockdown is pretty much you're not allowed to go anywhere and you're pretty much stuck at home. But how do you make sure that these people are staying at home and they're not going out into the community and trying to, get into certain places? Would you put people that are supposed to guard, different buildings, or would you build facilities where you could transport these unvanessed people and lock them down there until they decide to give in and participate and be free, so to speak, to be let out? The scriptures do prophesy pursuant to Revelation chapter 2 verse 10, all right, that your adversary, the devil, pretty much he's gonna cast some of us into prison, into these different concentration camps by whatever excuse they come out with to justify it. Now, another aspect that I was meditating on is that this is going to be a time of trouble. Yes, we know pursuant to Jeremiah 30:7 and Daniel 12:1 and various other precepts that this time of Jacob's trouble is going to be a time like never before. But Malachi 3 and 6 says what? The Lord changes not. So this isn't going to be the first time we've been in trouble. It's not going to be the first time calamity has befallen us. It's going to be the worst, but it's not going to be the first. And every time that, and you can read about this in Sirach or the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, every time that we were in trouble, tribulation, problems, we were in distress, those of the righteous ones, so to speak, that called upon the Lord, what happened? They got delivered. They got delivered. Depending on how bad the situation was, sometimes it was most all the time by divine intervention, because the Most High intervened. Sometimes it would manifest through angels or, through certain events the Lord would set up. But also, sometimes the Lord would use certain, men to go and deliver, certain of these people, right? But either way, every time that we were in trouble, and those that put their trust in the Lord, called upon the Lord, they weren't forsaken. Even to the point of the 3 holy children, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which was their Babylonian names that were given to them. When they were cast into the fire, they had their trust in the Lord, and what happened? They were delivered to where the fire didn't even touch them. See, so that now, the times we're coming into now, the scriptures say is going to be a time like never before. But even though it's going to be a time like never before, it's still going to be trouble. And the Lord has always delivered us from trouble. Okay, Isaiah 59 and the first 2 verses, I believe, goes into that. The Most High's ears are not too heavy that he can't hear. His hands are not too short that he can't save. So as these devils come with their rules and, they come to try and trap and ensnare and, force different things upon us, we got to have faith that no matter what they do, because everything they do, the fact that they're able to do it is because the Most High is allowing them to. He has given them that power to be able to do these things. And if the Lord doesn't sanction something, it doesn't happen. See, so when people ask, oh, well, you guys know all this, but what are you going to do? And we tell them, well, what we're doing now is what we're supposed to do, serving the Lord and, doing his will. They don't really understand. They don't connect the dots and understand, okay, well, how is that going to deliver you from these things? We understand because we know that, guess what? If the Lord is pleased with us and he is the author, right? Isaiah 45 and 7, 1 Samuel 2 and 6, the Lord killeth and maketh alive, right? If Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the author of violence and, good and bad and life and death, whatever happens in the world, the Lord sanctions it. He says, I want this to happen this way, and then it happens. So if we're serving the Lord and we're doing what's pleasing to him, then guess what? He's not gonna say, oh, kill this guy or kill this guy, or hurt this guy. Well, if you're doing what's pleasing to him, what did he say? He said, it is written, Isaiah 65 and 13 on down. All right, and also in the book of Job, I believe it's the 5th chapter or so, if I'm not mistaken. But it goes into the Lord delivering us from the different troubles. And in destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. There shall no evil come nigh thy habitation. So the Lord sanctions everything to happen. So if you're serving the Lord, then he's going to sanction protection and, you being provided for in that time. As opposed to if you're not serving the Lord. So no carnal means is going to prepare you or protect you from, in these times. The only way to make it out is through the favor and the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. So that's why we serve the Lord, and that is our way out. Proverbs 18 and 10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Okay? And so that's what we're doing now. If you are ultimately, if you're not of the elect, you're not going to have the keys, all right, into that tower. You're going to run there, but the door's going to be shut. You're going to be out there. All right. And whatever calamity is out there is going to get you. And that's why the scriptures say in Isaiah 33 and 6, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Because a lot of people, they don't understand fully what is going on and why it's necessary and what role it's playing in not just their lives, but in the timeline of the world, in prophecy. They don't understand how all of this links up and what is the overall goal. We are seeing the bigger picture, right? Our conversation is in heaven. Our mind is not here. All right. So this right here is pretty much just it's temporary, but we understand the overall goal. So we understand what things are necessary, what things need to happen. And just like Yahweh Shai knew and understood that no matter what, he was going to have to drink that cup. Things were going to have to go down that same way. Well, we understand that in order for us to get to the kingdom, we got to go through whatever's going to come on this side. I believe that's in 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter or so. Or it talks about if the city be builded and it was left as an inheritance for a man, how shall he then, basically get the riches if he doesn't go through the path to get there? And that's where we're at now. We are on the path, and we have to continue on the path. And we're almost at the end. We're almost at the light of the tunnel. But now comes the hard part, or the dark part. But if you have faith in the Lord, you're going to be able to make it through. Ultimately, if you're of the elect, okay, because all of this, the Lord has set up as a part of the show, okay, as a part of the movie, and there's a scripture that says in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, it talks about let the multitude perish then which was born in vain. Those are like the extras on, when you watch a certain movie and you have like The Walking Dead, for example, which is a TV show, you have zombies. Now, those zombies are actually people that go and audition. Yeah, people actually audition to play the role of zombies. Now, with all those thousands of zombies you see on that show, you're not going to pick one out and say, damn, yo, that's such and such. I recognize such and such. No, they're just going to be another one, just zombies. There's one of many other zombies over there. So, when the car mows down a whole bunch of them, they're just extras that you don't even bat an eye when that zombie dies. And then you have the main characters. You got Rick and all these other people who, was it Daryl, and when something happens to them, you feel that because they're like the main characters. That's where the eyes are on. See, so in this world that we're in, which is also a movie, and it's going according to the script, which is the scriptures, the Bible, you have the elect, which are the protagonists, right? Yeah, it starts with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, but in the movie you have the elect, right? And then you have the antagonist, which mainly is Esau, okay? And then you have the extras, like when you watch maybe Spider-Man or something like that, you notice that Spider-Man's enemies know what's going on. Spider-Man himself knows what's going on, and people in the inner circle know what's going on. But in the average individual going about their day-to-day life have no clue what's going on, even though it's something that's going to affect them. So when it happens, they're just there. Oh my gosh, what's going on? The building just, like Spider-Man may know they're going to try to blow up Manhattan, and then everybody else is just going about their day-to-day life like nothing is happening. So that's like right now, we know, they know, we know something is up, and they know something is up because they're planning some shit, and they're getting ready to do something very soon. And the Lord has revealed it to us in the spirit, and he has given us a blueprint of what to do. All right. As for these people in the world, well, they're just like it says in 2nd Esdras, the multitude which is born in vain, because there's some that are not going to get it, and some that they just not a part of it. And that's a scary thing. That's why ultimately we have to thank and be grateful to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that not only did he make us Israelites, but he gave us his word, his truth. And then we may potentially be a part of those main characters in this movie that get the victory, pursuant to Revelation, the 15th chapter. Okay, that get the victory over this system and this agenda. Okay, and you show your appreciation to the Lord by eating this roll and going out and teaching, and giving diligence, and putting your all into the work of the Lord. That's how you show the Lord you appreciate it. When somebody gives you something or does something for you, gives you an opportunity, whatever the case is, when you show and you put your best foot forward and you give it your all, you show that person that you appreciate, that opportunity. You show the person that you value it. And in turn, they're going to be glad that they, allowed you that, as opposed to them feeling like it was a waste of time. And the one thing about this truth is you don't want the Lord to feel like it was a waste of time to bring you into this. As the scriptures say, many are called, but few are chosen. So, we're called because we're here and we're doing this. But now is a matter of, are you chosen or not? The Lord has called you. It's like when you apply for a job. You put your resume and everything together and you apply. And your resume gets read. They call it up, they read it, they go through it. But are you going to be chosen? Are you going to be hired? So ultimately that's what we're fighting for. We want to be hired. We want to be of that elect. We want to be the first fruits. We want to be beamed up on a chariot. See, that's going to be an experience that only the elect are going to get, the way that they're going to get it. That the righteous scarcely being saved, as the missiles are about to hit, you get beamed up and witness the destruction of this place. That's something that, you can describe and you may even watch it, but to have experienced that is something that nobody else, and I'm talking about the wicked of our people that die on this side and get reborn in the kingdom. They're never going to be able to have that experience. That's going to be a once in an eternity experience, because we're going to live forever, but that experience is going to happen only once. The destruction of America is going to be only once. Yahushua's return here, that whole event, that prophecy being fulfilled is going to happen once. So, if when it happens, you're one of those that gets destroyed because you were being wicked, well, you're not, when you come back in the kingdom, that's not going to be a memory that you're going to be too proud of. So now that we're here and we've been given that opportunity, John 9:4, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day, for the night cometh when no man can work. So these are all things we have to keep in mind, and meditate upon. See, you may be like today, I was sometimes there's certain days where topics just come to you, and then other times, you may be looking, you may have to read or watch a video or just pray and just meditate on just, scriptural things, or you may just have to turn on the camera and speak through the Spirit. But, some days is like that. Nevertheless, when you meditate, something is going to come to your mind, because when you meditate and you start thinking and thinking about these scriptures, the Lord, it opens up the opportunity for the Lord to throw something in there through the Spirit, whether it's a topic or, a lesson or whatever the case may be that he wants you to go into. Because remember, the words we speak are according to the will of the Lord. It's according to what he wants to come out. So we move through the Spirit. So whatever the Lord wants us to say, depending on how it's going to impact whoever is listening, maybe somebody might have been praying for something and the Lord puts the Spirit on us to do a video that may answer their prayer, whatever it may be, so the Lord will put that in your spirit, and then you end up doing the lesson, and you're just doing the work, you're doing what you got to do. But to somebody else, it may be the Lord answering their prayer, boom, just like that. So, hey, everything is really all spiritual, and the Lord is like that ultimate, chess player that's just moving everything. We're just the pieces being moved, you know. So we just know, okay, we move from here, but when everything is said and done, we're gonna see the fullness, the big picture of, oh, I see why we were moved here and here and here, and what the actual, how much of an impact that had on the whole game. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying unto the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Rakha Kodesh. Until next time, Shalom.